Okay, let's get right into it. Welcome to This Explainer. If you've got about 10 minutes, our goal today is to completely demystify AI agents. We are moving way beyond basic chatbots that just spit out answers and stepping into an era of powerful, action-taking AI. By the end of this, you're going to understand exactly how this massive technological shift is happening and, more importantly, what it actually means for you. I want you to imagine something for a second. What if your AI could do so much more than just talk? Picture an assistant that doesn't just hand you a recipe, but actually goes ahead and orders the groceries for you. Or thinking about a professional setting, an AI that doesn't just tell you how to write a database query, but literally logs in, runs the query, grabs the numbers, and emails them directly to your boss. That right there is the fundamental difference between a simple chatbot and a true AI agent. So here's our roadmap to learn AI agents in 10 minutes. We've got 5 quick sections. First up, beyond the basic chatbot. Second, the anatomy of an agent. Third, how agents connect using MCP. Fourth, agents in the real world. And finally, the future of AI workflows. Let's do this. Kicking things off with Section 1, beyond the basic chatbot. We need to establish a baseline of what standard AI assistants can already do and exactly where they hit a wall. Right now, getting a genuinely good result from a standard language model means you have to manually spoon-feed it absolutely everything. A really common, highly effective formula is defining the role, the task, the context, and the output format. So you might say, act as a Java developer, that's your role. Explain Spring Boot microservices, there's the task. With a real-world example, that's the context. In simple language, the output format. You, the human, are entirely responsible for bringing all that context to the AI simply because the AI is completely isolated. And that brings us to the core conflict. An AI assistant is strictly limited to its training data, right? Its knowledge stops cold at a certain date. Ask it about a file sitting on your desktop right now or an email you literally just got this morning, and it just has to guess. It's isolated. But an AI agent? That's a different story. An agent is connected to live external systems. It's empowered to actually take action. It reaches right outside its context window to pull in real-time data, making it genuinely useful in the real world. Moving right into Section 2, the anatomy of an agent. Let's look under the hood and explore exactly how we solve this back-end problem of connecting an isolated AI model to the very messy real world. Okay, so the biggest hurdle here is an integration nightmare for developers, known as the M times N problem. Let's say you have M different AI clients. Think chat apps, IDE assistants, agent frameworks, and N different external tools, like your databases, Slack, internal APIs. Without a shared standard, developers have to write custom integrations for every single combination. If 3 AI apps need access to 5 tools, you're suddenly building and maintaining 15 separate custom adapters. You want to add just one new tool? Well, you have to build it out for all 3 apps. It is incredibly fragile, and it absolutely does not scale. But here is where it gets exciting. This brings us to a massive breakthrough from Anthropic called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. Honestly, the absolute best way to think about MCP is like a USB-C port for AI applications. Just like USB-C finally standardized how your laptop connects to a monitor or a phone, MCP standardizes how AI apps connect to external systems. An external service only has to expose itself as an MCP server once, just once, and suddenly any MCP-compatible AI client can hook in and use it instantly. It's a total game changer. Let's jump to Section 3, how agents connect. We're going to trace exactly how this USB-C port functions step by step when you ask an agent to handle a complex task. Let's trace a real request. Say you tell your AI, hey, grab the Q2 revenue numbers and draft a summary email. First, your chat interface, that's the host, registers that it needs external help to pull this off. Then the client translates that request for available MCP servers. The server acts as the bridge, actually executing the specific database query to grab those Q2 numbers and returning them directly to the model. Finally, the model seamlessly initiates a second request to your email server to draft the message. All of this happens instantly, without any custom glue code holding it together. Through this protocol, MCP servers basically grant 3 distinct superpowers to the AI. First, we have tools. These are callable functions that allow the model to take action, like writing data to a database. Next are resources. This is passive, readable data, think files or records, that the model can pull in for context. And finally, prompts. These are reusable templates provided by the server to standardize exactly how an organization wants the AI to approach specific tasks. And it's absolutely crucial to separate tools from resources, because reading a text file requires very, very different security permissions than writing to a live production database. All right, into Section 4. Agents in the real world. Let's look at the sprawling landscape of applications where these connected AI agents are already hard at work, specifically in highly technical fields like actuarial science and education. Across the actuarial sector, generative AI is rapidly branching out from being just a simple chat tool into acting as a full-blown co-pilot. In data science, it's generating code snippets and automating data cleaning. Over in regulatory, it's summarizing wildly complex ORSA reports and drafting guidance notes. And in insurance, it's out there drafting policy explanations. AI is stepping up to augment tasks ranging from routine, daily documentation, all the way to incredibly complex risk modeling across the entire financial services industry. What we're really seeing here is the rise of the AI junior analyst. Actuaries are heavily utilizing these agents to offload the repetitive, tedious tasks. You can literally just describe a data formatting task in natural language, and the AI will suggest the exact transformation script, instantly automating your data cleaning. It can digest massive regulatory filings and summarize the key risks for you. It can even take an intricate block of Python or R code and explain exactly what it does in plain English. This is huge. It allows human experts to concentrate on interpreting and validating the high-level strategic analysis instead of getting bogged down in the prep work. And this exact same transformation is hitting the education sector too. Using Bloom's taxonomy as a guide, AI agents are stepping in at literally every cognitive level. For foundational knowledge, they're acting as custom mnemonic and flashcard generators to improve recall and speed up study prep. Up at comprehension, students are using them as on-demand tutors to clarify tricky concepts, basically asking the AI, hey, explain this to me like I'm 5. But the real magic happens at the application level. Educators are using AI as stakeholder simulators, which allows students to role-play with an AI that's acting as a confused client or maybe a strict stakeholder. It hones their professional communication dynamically, in real time. Finally, let's head into Section 5, the future of AI workflows. We need to talk about the overarching human impact and how we actually manage this massive shift toward multi-agent systems. This brings us to what I genuinely think is the most critical paradigm shift we're facing right now. Researchers classify tools as cognitive artifacts that affect human performance. So the big question is, will AI be a complementary artifact, sort of like an abacus or Arabic numerals, which actually amplify our human abilities and understanding, even when the tool is taken away? Or is it going to become a competitive cognitive artifact, like a GPS or a calculator, where our innate skills actually diminish and atrophy simply because we rely on the machine to do all the thinking for us? To make sure AI remains a complementary tool, we absolutely have to build effective AI human workflows. Integrating these agents requires an entirely new skill set. Us humans, we must become experts at crafting incredibly precise inputs and prompting. We have to know exactly how to integrate AI-generated content into broader finished products. And most importantly, rigorous human review and validation remain our ultimate safety net. Sure, an AI can draft the code or summarize a dense risk report, but human oversight, professional judgment, and strict adherence to data privacy and regulatory compliance, those are the absolute essential keys as we scale these multi-agent systems. So, to wrap this up, we've gone from isolated chatbots to connected, action-taking AI agents, all built on standardized protocols like MCP. The technology is already here, and it's already functioning as a co-pilot in complex industries around the world. So the question I want to leave you with today is this. As these agents become deeply embedded in our daily tools, are you ready to stop just chatting with AI and start managing your very first digital junior analyst? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. I hope you found it as fascinating as I do.